he got the tape. He called my grandma and went crazy like, yo, this is the dopest music I ever heard. He let his daddy hear it. He let Tupac hear it. No lie. Shout out to QD3. Yeah, he let Tupac hear it. That's how we got on the soundtrack. Gang-related soundtrack. So it's a lot of history, but yeah, N9ne learned the business from him, and I just put some money together, put a team together, signed N9ne, got him paid. How I became 50-50.
Wait a minute, you signed N9ne?
Yeah, with Diamond.
How did you do with Diamond? That was your label?
Yeah, that was my partner. Yeah, Midwest Side. That was me and Diamond's label.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
And then once I ended up with Diamond was a hustler. That became my partner, and then Black Walk started doing what he's doing, and then I found Tech, and then it all hooked up like that. So when I hooked up with Tech, it was originally through me doing a record called Killer Clown first, because Tech was already signed to a major label. Let's get that clear. He was already signed to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I'm the little dog. So when he was signed to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and his situation didn't work out with an individual producer, I was like, man, I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna help you blow up. Had no idea. N9ne taught me how the industry go. I took his information and was like, okay, I need to put a budget together. I need to put money together. And then I started doing the records. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I could do it. And then we did a record called Mitch Bade. Diamond got the studio time. I booked it, had his pictures done professional. Got that done, dropped the record. The kids went crazy. The town went crazy. That's the start of the Don Juan N9ne thing. And then that same record, I got the QD3, which is Quincy Jones' son. So I hustled that, got that out there.
How'd you get it to QD3?
Drove it out there.
You drove it all the way out there to California?
LA. Yeah.
And how'd you find him and link with him?
This girl named Mona, we was putting an ad in Tech for N9ne and rap pages. And she was like, man, for y'all to be even doing some ads, spending $3,000, yeah, who are y'all to do that? And she's like, you heard of QD3? I was like, yeah, that's Quincy Jones' son. He just did Ice Cube, Ghetto Bird, and he just scored Menace to Society, all that. Mm-hmm. And I just seen him on MTV. Ice Cube had said that was his favorite producer. So she's like, I'm gonna give it to him. So when I gave her the tape, she's like, I don't like it. She was like, it don't sound like West Coast. I was like, we ain't supposed to sound like nobody. He got the tape. He called my grandma and went crazy like, yo, this is the dopest music I ever heard. He let his daddy hear it. He let Tupac hear it. No lie. Shout out to QD3. Yeah, he let Tupac hear it. That's how we got on the soundtrack. Gang-related soundtrack. So it's a lot of history, but yeah, N9ne learned the business from him, and I just put some money together, put a team together, signed N9ne, got him paid. How I became 50-50.
Wait a minute, you signed N9ne?
Yeah, with Diamond. How
did you do with Diamond? That was your label?
Yeah, that was my partner. Yeah, Midwest Side. That was me and Diamond's label.
And y'all signed Tech?
Yeah,
signed But his Tech. Deal had already ended with the other one.
With the Perspective. So he was major, and then I was like, come on, we're going to do it independent. And that's what.
I think he said that. Yeah. He said that on Drink Champs calendar.
Yeah.
That he went, which I didn't know y'all had a signed deal.
Yeah.
For how long?
Gave him a contract. It was like.
Or for how many albums?
Wasn't really no albums. We had paid him per song. It was like $300 or $400 a song. I think $300 a song. So it was more like, yo, if he did 20 songs, that's how he got paid. Because I was like, yo, if he did 10 songs, that was $3,000 to that quick. So he was just.
And he can just spit them out.
Yeah, spit them out.
Have you heard anybody rap like him before or after him?
Nah, Tech used to beat on his chest at schools.
He was going in.
Cold.
Is that what makes him different?
What make him different to me? Because he can rap.
Yeah, he can rap.
But there's a lot of people out here can rap though.
Not like him.
Well, what I mean by rap.
Yeah, I want you to break it down.
He can rap, meaning like technique, ambiance, style, lyrical ability, not just generic. Like yo. He's animated.
What's your favorite song by him?
Man, I got a lot of them. I'm gonna keep it real. New Breed. Why? I ain't even heard it. That's my favorite. because when I first heard it, the way Black Wall, he broke it down. It was a lot of breakdowns, and it was ahead of its time. It was like back then, you know, putting a lot of breaks in the record, that took a lot of time, and it wasn't Pro Tools. So to go through them breaks and have a turntable, and it was just a big deal.
Heavy.
And
You're
then,
more into beats more than anything.
He produced.
Else. I know,
yeah,
but still.
yeah, you could tell I'm really.
Yeah, 'cause the way how you talk about
Because I
it.
listen to everything. I just don't listen to hip hop. Because I tell people hip hop, even when they talk about my beats is West Coast, I correct people like, no, my beats are not West Coast. The West Coast took our sound from the Midwest.
Really?
Roger Troutman's from the Midwest. When people say your sound, I say I didn't grow up on Dr. Dre and them like that. I grew up on Roger Troutman first. And then I heard them use it. Like EPMD, more bounce to the ounce. See, that would be considered West Coast now.
But they used it after.
You know what I mean? So all the music that I listen to is Ohio players, Midwest. So I grew up on the Midwest. Michael Jackson, I'm from the Midwest. You know, Motown, Midwest. You know, we can keep Confunction, the Barcades. We could keep going to the funk, but they tried to make it Cali, no disrespect, but it's the Midwest.
Damn.
So we gonna start correcting
Talk your
it.
talk, man.
But I'm just saying, when people like, oh, Don Juan got that West Coast sound. No. I don't get mad because that's my second home, but I'm like, no, Playboy, I don't have a West Coast sound. I have an original music sound because I was influenced by Roger Troutman.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I heard it first before I heard it on a West Coast record. I heard boom, don't Ohio players. Then I heard them sample it on Dope Man.
Yeah.
Which made me fall in love, like you fall in love with all these breaks because you heard Dr. Dre use it a certain way, or you heard Too Short use Ohio players, but all that music come from the Midwest.
Wow. And see, and that's the problem with people. They don't do their research.
Research, yeah.
Their research ain't where it's supposed to be. That's why it be going crazy, because at the end of the day, that's why the information get misconstrued.
Yeah.
And things get lost in the sauce, right?
Yeah. So I'm really a don't worry about it. I'm really a music connoisseur. I love it. All genres, jazz, hip hop, blues. Love talking about it. Just love to produce podcasts, audio. I just love it.
Man, you got to understand, man, when I look at the things that you guys have done up here, man, the way Tech, this independent thing was so dope, man. When he came out from under this deal, did he stay independent when you guys signed him?
So
from that point on?
Yeah, he been independent since then.
Wow.
So after us, because you got to think, I produced Angelic, and then after we all kind of, you know how I go, you young, after we all kind of did, because he started doing this thing, I got Misery, Diamond, we all kind of started doing our thing, but I got to produce Angelic on Strange, one of his biggest records, and he been independent. You know, see, for me...
Was that the last song y'all did together?
Angelic, that's the last record we did.
What year was that?
2000.
Why?
Man, you know, I'm gonna tell you something about me.
2000 is let me
tell you something about me.
25 years.
Let me tell you something about me. As a producer, once you produce a certain project, Angelic is one of his dopest project. It's like here, Source, whatever's produced after that gotta be that. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk.